section 2.2 is just over solving equations, so like solving for the missing variable. Once again, you guys should feel pretty good about this because you've been doing it for a while. So it's just kind of like one of those formality lessons we need to do before we move on to more advanced stuff. And so we're just going to kind of talk through how to solve equations. So when we're solving equations, we want to simplify each side. And by simplify, I mean like combine like terms on each side of the equal sign so that it's as simple as it can get. And then we want to isolate the x terms. So what that means is get all the x's on one side, get all the numbers on the other side. At that point, we can combine like terms and solve by either multiplying or dividing if necessary. So simplify each side by combining like terms, isolate the x terms, get all the x's on one side, get all the numbers on the other side, combine like terms by either multiplying or dividing. Usually you'll be dividing, but not always. So we're just going to do a few of these together. They start off pretty easy and then they get a little bit more complicated. So that's kind of just how equations are. So this first one, I have negative 18 equals x minus 10. So I need to get x all by itself. It doesn't matter if x is on the right or the left. We can do either one. So I see that there's a negative 10 with my x. How would I get it away from my x?
Oh, you subtract it.
Subtract the 10?
No, you add the 10.
Why do I add the 10?
Because it's a subtraction.
Good, because it's a subtraction. So we do the opposite to move it. So we add 10 to both sides. So negative 18 plus 10 is going to give me negative 8. And now the x is all by itself. So I just have negative 8 equals x. I don't care how you give me your answer. You can have the x on the left or the x on the right. If you like, you can always switch the side so that it's x equals negative 8. But once again, that's more of like a preference thing. I like to do that a lot of times because I like my variable on the left. But if it doesn't bother you, then that's fine. Letter B, we need to combine some like terms before we start moving things to either side. So do you see how we have this 3x and this 5x that can come together on the left side? That would make us an 8x, which equals 6x minus 20. And then I need to get the x's together. So there's not really a wrong way to do this. However, we don't want to move the 8 to the other side because then that leaves nothing on the left side of the equal sign. We don't want to get ourselves in that position. We always want to have something on both sides. So we're going to move the 6x. How do I move the 6x?
You minus it.
Good, subtract it. Minus 6x minus 6x. So I have 2x equals negative 20. And then how do I get rid of the 2? Good, because it's being multiplied, we divide. So we have x equals negative 10. Those guys aren't too bad, right? No big deal. Could definitely be worse. It will get a little worse. So for letter C, you can see we have something like what we did in the last lesson on the left side, and then a minus 4a on the right side. So we need to kind of distribute and simplify the left side before we can do anything. So what am I going to do with that 5 that's in front of the parentheses? Distribute it. So I'm going to have 15 plus 5a. Do I also need to distribute this negative? Yes. So then I'll have minus 8a minus 9 equals negative 4a. I'm going to combine like terms. So I have 5a minus 8a is going to give me what?
What?
5a minus 8a. Negative 3a. And then I have 15 minus 9, which is 6, equals negative 4a. Okay, so now I want to get the A's together. Since I already have an A on the right side, I'm going to move that 3. How do I move the 3A?
You add it to 3.
Good, we add it. Is the A going to stay negative when I add it? When I do -4 plus 3? Or will it become positive?
-4.
It's -1A. Okay, now I can leave a 1A, that's fine, that can be done, but a -1A I can't leave. So I need to divide by -1 to get A equals -6. Yeah. Letter D is one I want to specifically look at because letter D has a fraction in it, which we don't generally love. So do you see how X is in the fraction? And then there's like a whole number?
Yeah.
We want to get that whole number gone first before we do anything with the fraction, okay? So we're going to move the 12 first. We're going to subtract it. -12 minus 12. So I have X divided by 5 equals -10. Now, if this is X divided by 5, how am I going to move the 5?
Oh, would you multiply?
Right, because we are always doing the opposite. So it's X divided by 5, so we're going to multiply by 5 on both sides. All that does on the left side is cancels the 5s. That's it. So we just have X equals. Okay, it doesn't do anything weird. It just, that is the process of moving the 5. And then on the right side, we have -10 times 5, which would be -50. So we have to move the constant first, then deal with the fractions. Okay. I'm going to skip letter E. I'm going to save that as a practice problem for you. Let's look. Let's look at letter F because spooky. Okay, so we've got a bunch of fractions going on here. What we're going to do is we're going to get all the numbers on one side, all the ends on the other side. So I'm going to start with the numbers. So I see this -12 or -1/12, and it's just a normal number. So I'm going to add it. Plus 1/12 plus 1/12. Okay, that cancels it here so that I have 2/5n equals 3/5n. And then this stuff, now some people can like do that vertically. I don't like to. I need a common denominator when I'm adding, right? So between 4 and 12, what's my common denominator? 12. So I'm going to have minus something 12 plus 1/12. So to get from 4 to 12, I multiply by 3, right? So 3 times 3 should be 9. So what I have circled in orange with common denominators is going to be -9/12 plus 1/12, which is -8/12. Can that be simplified?
Yes.
Yes, it can. We can divide by 2. We can also divide by 4. So let's pick the bigger one. So we would have -2/3. So that's what goes here, -2/3. Now I need to get the ends together. So I'm going to subtract 3/5n minus 3/5n. Now with this one, do we already have common denominators here?
Yes.
Yes, we do. Very helpful. Okay, so I don't need to make common denominators or anything crazy. So I'm just going to subtract them. So I have 2 minus 3, which is -1/5n. Equals -2/3. Are we following? We doing okay? Yeah? Okay, our last part, we need to get rid of that -1/5. So remember how I said if you're dividing, you multiply, like we did with the x/5? So with this one, though, N is not in the fraction, so we need to move the whole fraction. The fraction is being multiplied to N, but in order to move a whole fraction, we're going to multiply by its reciprocal, okay? Reciprocal just means flip-flop, okay? Multiply by its reciprocal. So if this is negative 1 over 5, I'm going to multiply by negative 5 over 1. And whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. What that does on the left side is it cancels the 1s and it cancels the 5s. So it makes the fraction just basically go away, turn to 1. There's someone at the door.
Oh, I'm just doing this.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, is there someone at the door? And then on the right side, do I need a common denominator to multiply fractions?
Yes. No, wait, no, you don't.
No, I don't. I can cross simplify, right? So I look at my cross simplifies. I don't really see anything I can do. So I'm just going to multiply straight across. So I have negative 2 times negative 5, which is positive 10. And I have 3 times 1, which is 3. And that should be my answer. My key says otherwise. Oh, my key is wrong. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's look at letter G then. I'm going to switch to pink because I'm over the blue. So what am I going to do with this 3/4? Distribute it. Good. Now that makes it really easy with the x because it's just a 1x. So it's just going to become 3/4 x. But then the 3/4 and the 1/2, what operation are we doing? Multiplication. So it's really 3 over 4 times 1 over 2. Do I need common denominators when I'm multiplying? No. Can I simplify the 4 and the 2? That's an important question.
No.
Why not?
Because
They're both on the bottom. I can only simplify a top and a bottom. So I just have to multiply across. So this gives me 3 over 8. So we have 3/4 x plus 3/8 plus this guy, 5/8 equals 5/6. Okay, what is nice about what I just highlighted here? Right, so we're combining like terms. What makes it easy though? They already have the same denominator, so I don't have to do any special work here. Okay, so I can just combine the top. So I have 3 over 4x plus 3 plus 5 is 8 over 8. What's 8 over 8? 1. Okay, so let's just change this to 3 over 4x plus 1 equals 5 over 6, like that. Okay, keeping going. I need to move the 1. How do I move the 1? Subtract. Now, I could have left it as 8 over 8, but I think it's easier to find a common denominator with a 1 than to find a common denominator between 8 and 6. Because that's going to be like, well, it's not that bad. It's like 24, but still, it's easier to do the 1. So we're going to have 3 over 4x equals, and then over to the side here, we have 5 over 6 minus 1. Now, would you agree that it's fair to make 1 6 over 6? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's the same thing, right? But it's a common denominator now. So I have 5 over 6 minus 6 over 6, which is negative 1 over 6. So negative 1 over 6. Almost done. So close. Now, how did I say we get rid of a fraction? How do we move it? We multiply by the reciprocal. It started with an R. Good. Reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of 3/4? 4 over 3. Good. So we just flip it. So we're going to multiply by 4 over 3. All that does is cancel the 4 and cancel the 3. And then we do the same thing on the other side. We multiply by 4 over 3. Do I need common denominators to multiply? No. Can I cross simplify anything here?
Yes.
Yes, what?
40.
Good. Can I do the 3 and the 6?
No.
No. So I can do the 4 and the 6. The 4 becomes 2. The 6 becomes 3. So I have -1 times 2 is -2. And 3 times 3, which is 9. That was a very challenging problem. Very challenging.
Wait, can x be negative?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.